feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
We the win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine, they running the route. I leave an outline when I hit them.
He'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. There he goes, left side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
Is a 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Second and 15. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
A pickup of 10.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Intended for Hayden Hurst.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a dump off here complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
At the 19-yard line.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
He was brought down.
Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's Burrow. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He wants Reynolds way downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 14. That's taken in by Duvernay. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 35. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 17. Broncos nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He's got a man complete. The 20. And this will get him all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10.
Complete.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 66 yards. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
First and 10.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender won.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Down at the 15-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Check 4, check 4. Check it backer, check it backer.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 15 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Oh, that was dangerous.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Gun now on 3rd down. He sets to fire. And got his man complete. 30. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded right around the 8. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. The 30. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Hightower.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. In trouble, and he's taken down. Jordan Brooks. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now the second down throw on target. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Jags grab it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
What you doing, dog? What are you doing?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Hayden Hurst there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Prater for the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Devin Duvernay. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Here's Tyler Newsome now.
Formation.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Set to kick off.
That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
36 yards on the play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They run again with Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
3rd and goal. Burrow. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Hayden Hurst, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this offense is running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Jaguars 52, Broncos 14. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's the option going left on second down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
And it's third down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down.
Let's get off the field. 17's Mike 17.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Here's a first down throw that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
17's Mike 17. Here we go, let's bring it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Prater on to add the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Rolling to his left. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. And to give this time to the tailback. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
Yeah, and I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Takes this about 5 yards deep.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 9 from the 44. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 5.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they can't bring him down. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And now he'll tuck it, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they've earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Raiders set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. This thrown quickly out to Jones. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 20, 10. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 16.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
play action. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Here's Matt Bosher now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Recovered by the defense.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.